Hello, everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing good. Hopefully, everything is going well for everyone. I hope that anyone who is viewing, who will be viewing, is having a fantastic day. And if not, hopefully you will tomorrow. All right. So I believe, when I say I believe, I mean I am going to enact a plan to. I believe we will be doing some planning now. I've got the question of the day. If you want to answer it, feel free. Otherwise, we're just going to dive right in. All right. Oh, man, yeah, that's... Oh! I forgot about the Crate Dragon skeleton. That would have been so fun. We still need to do that. So I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to highlight the fact that we want the Crate Dragon skeleton. All right. Big fight at end with Crate Dragon skeleton will be time travel piece. Maybe a good way to end campaign. Okay. But yeah, we did finally play the Monday game. We might play it again tomorrow. If we can get people there for it, I might just end it. I might just say that's the last one, and then the rest of the time is going to be painting time. See, this thing's a little bit askew, I think. Oops. How did this get cut? There we are. Sorry, y'all. Oops. I think that's good. All right. Cool. So our Monday group is our work D&D group / school D&D group. It's a lot of fun. It's coming to an end. There's a lot of people who will not be there next year, who we're kind of finishing things up for. Should be kind of neat, should be interesting to kind of put an end cap on that, but I'm really nervous. I think I've said this in the last few sessions. Really nervous about how we're going to make this work next year if we don't have as much interest. But fingers crossed, there will be people who want to play. All right. Now, as for Wrath and Glory, let's go to the on the last Wrath and Glory. Oops. So last time, group met the Inquisitor. Dude, I know I've got his name. He was upset that the group stopped Machete from capturing, what's the dude's name? Galvanus. Let's see, charged the group with capturing Galvanus in the next few days was very menacing about the consequences for failure. Meanwhile, Alexander was summoned to aid Dreadnought. More on that later. Bones, Simsel, Spoon, and see, there was one other person. Vin. All right. Split ways to gather info. No, actually, Vincare went alone. See, were there other people? I think that's it, because it's... Okay. Yeah, that seems correct. Bones ran afoul of some Underhive gangs and found a chaos worshipping old man / gang member. Simsel ran into a few Gretchen that were hiding. 3 Gretchen in a trench coat. Spoon met with a fellow Ratling clan boss. Got info regarding Galvanus, Phenodius, and the auction. Oops. Hey Eli! How is it going? I started about 5 minutes late and I thought I was going to leave you disappointed, but it looks like I was not super late by comparison. Yeah, no worries. Hopefully this doesn't cut into TV time with the wife. Forgot to tweet. Oh, you're right, actually. I will tweet. I was juggling too many things today. Sorry, now I'm tweeting. Yeah, I am in fact a very busy person. And just as a warning, I might have a slightly shorter episode today. Let's see what we got. All right. The tweet has been tweetified. All right. How are we today? How is everything going? How goes things? Let's see. Meanwhile, let's see. Back with Alex and Vin. They save a dreadnought from a strange tiny robot that was sabotaging dreadnoughts. Then Alex speaks with Uther and receives the blessing and burden of Uther's quest. Better skip to the end to make the wizard then. Yeah, I think I'm going to make that a little bit of a priority. Especially if it's just going to be you here, which it might. I might skip the Q&A or at least just go for one question, but we'll do that a little bit at a time. All right. Alex is an honorary member of the Grey Knights. So all of that happened, so I think we can have kind of a truncated thing here. Let's see. All right. All right. I can't forget to include the existence of Cynthia, the drug that is causing people to become psychers and so on. The other thing that I want to do is so next session, group may have to decide auction or warehouse. Oops. Let's remove the highlight on this. Auction or warehouse. So we're gonna go with big battle at warehouse. Maybe include a few more psychers. Could evolve into all-out firefight. Or auction house, more RP oriented, and include a lot of dealings. Maybe have a fight on the side as Simsol goes backstage to confront cultists. Psychers repelling from skylights going pew pew or whatever. Yeah, I like that idea. Reinforcements. Lots of mutants. No, not mutants. We'll figure it out. Okay. ultimate goals. Group recovers Galvanist dead or alive, but preference for alive. Phenodius flees and runs a campaign to purge his ranks of Chaos Worshippers. May even hire Farouk. I like that. That should be fairly interesting. It's like Phenodius is going to turn things around and be like, oh shit, I don't want the Imperium to... whatever Imperium exists on Gilead Prime, I don't want them to like look at my gang as the source of Chaos Cultists, so I'm gonna purge the hell out of this. Could be interesting. Let me think. And then possibility that the item in question, the soul jar, let's just call it, is stolen by another faction. Chaos? Question mark? Drukari? Question mark? Maybe even a Underhive gang. Because a rival Underhive gang would be fun. Include all factions as potential thieves in either warehouse scenario or auction. Underhive gang secretly working for Noble. I like that. So, like, if I don't know that the Underhive gang will get much play, we'll see. But if they don't, or rather, if they do, then we'll reveal that there's like some noble who's corrupted to some degree. Maybe not chaos, but maybe he's just regularly corrupt and is fucking around with things. So, I don't know. Maybe make this a real. Oh shoot! What's that Steven Seagal movie where he does the quote? Take it to the blood bank. I think it's like, heck, I can't remember. Anyways, there's not much else to do. The next session kind of writes itself, and it's possible that the group will want to do more. Let's see, Eli says, well, you got every pick up a glass to drink from it, forgetting there's a straw, poke yourself in the eye, and then spill your drink in your lap. Me either. Ah, yeah. Oh boy. I've certainly done some variation of that. Fun times. Okay, learn about stuff. Scene 3. Auction or warehouse. So we've got some stuff going on. For session, I think 9, it'll be 5:10. Either continue with Hive shenanigans, maybe include Citadel in some missions to get... Yeah, I like that. Let's see. Include Citadel in some missions to get higher rank. Farouk is asked to clear out an anomaly in the Underhive that involves Hmm. Let me think about this for a second. Okay. No, I know what it is. Gosh, Eli, I hope you feel okay in a minute. Like, I know getting poked in the eye with a straw, never fun. Let's see. Ari gate. This gate is used and maintained by a small Drukari game that is independent of Amora and steals Imperial citizens from the Underhive and above to torture. Their cell leads to a remote part of the, what do you call it, webway that is apart from Mora and may have connections to a long abandoned world. Oh, ooh, this could be fun. Okay. May connect to a world on the Segmentum Solaris. What the? No, stop. Oops. It is possible that these Drukari will beg for their lives. There are about 30 of them. And will give information on the larger Drukari plot to invent a Drukari god, linking ideas that pertain to a Catan shard there's something else here. What am I thinking? An AI and a strange and powerful warp entity. They think this will protect them from Slaanesh. Plotters. Underhive, Drukari don't care and know about it. Maybe even hate the idea. Okay, I really like this concept. It's like it's a third rail in this whole adventure, but it really will connect back in because the Drukari are really important to the plot. They're really going to be causing a lot of issues that will eventually kind of reconnect with what the group is really working on. The fact that the Drukari are the larger Drukari battle group is trying to make this weird thing happen should be fairly interesting. excuse me, I'm sorry. Okay. I really like that. And I think I really want to introduce the Drukhari woman somewhere in here, but she's not going to be part of the Underhive Drukhari, Bryfandelia Casverin. Um, actually, I don't. Yeah, I mean, the both can be true. Auction warehouse, Galvanus. Okay. Gryffindor Casperin will be in either location trying to regain the artifact. Eli says, do they not care and not know about it, or do they know about it and not care? They know about it, which is why they're going to beg for their lives and say, hey, if you spare our lives, we'll tell you about these Drukhari who are trying to create a new god. And so they want to use that as leverage. They know about it. They know about it. They don't care about it, but they care enough to use it as collateral if their lives are on the line. If they, let's just pretend that they were in a position that they could ruin it, they would. And this is kind of self-serving because they're like, we'll tell the Monkai about it so that they can ruin whatever they're doing because we don't like it, but we can't ourselves do anything about it. So that's kind of what I'm trying to highlight, is that it's this group, it's a small, just imagine like the Drukhari are this huge group of people. These people are like this small group of exiles out of that society. They do their own thing. They still have to torture to stay alive, but they do their own thing. They somehow or another learn about this plot to create a god by a faction of the larger community of Komorra and the Drukhari, and they're just like, we know what's going on there. It's fucked up. We don't personally like it. We can't do anything about it. We're gonna then use this as collateral, save our own butts, and maybe the Monkai will do something about it. Either way, win-win. We're still alive and people suffer. Yeah, I really like that twist to it, and I think it's going to really flavor Session 9, and it should really bring Citadel into things because it's going to be his mission to take care of whatever's going on down there. And when they find out that there is a webway gate that leads to the Segmentum Solaris, which the Great Rift separates them from the Imperium, it's hard to say what this will mean, but it's going to be like Underhive has a connection to Webway. Webway has a connection to a planet in the Segmentum Solaris. There's many ways that this could be exploited slash used by the Imperials on Gilead Prime, and I'm gonna let the group decide. The group of player characters figure out if they want to like steer the direction of that, if they want to just keep it for themselves, which they absolutely could, and so on. Just odds and ends that have a lot to do with how they decide to exploit this little kind of interesting tidbit. That being said, I will be right back. All right, I'm back. As it happens, I just got a delivery, and I don't know if you can see that especially well, but I just got the Celestine Warhammer model kit, and I'm really excited for this one. I actually went out of my way to get my hands on this one because, sorry, that might have blocked my speaking. Anyways, I'm really excited about this one because it's so damn cool. I mean, like, basically just angels. It's sororitas who are angels, living saint, really cool, and relevant to what we're speaking about. Actually, I have a nagging feeling in the narrative of this that we have been ignoring Sister Rose. So how are we going to bring Sister Rose in on this? Okay. Hey, Looney. Good to see you. I hope all is well, or is it at least as well as it can be. Oh, how are we going to bring Sister Rose into this? She needs to do her inquisitorial thing. Okay, I've got it. The Drukhari have fomented a human cult amidst the Underhive citizens that worship pain and are also spreading the blood pet syndrome. Call back to original session. Okay, my love. Say no more. Let's see. All right, call back to the original session. So that's good. So they get to see more of this. Sister Rose will be charged with discovering why the Underhivers are becoming blood pets. And when I say blood pets are like the Drukhari have been injecting this like gene-altering virus or FEV into humans to turn them into basically necromorphs from Dead Space. That was something that the group fought. I'm glad to hear that, Looney. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad that I'm able to help. Looney, not to distract too much, but I don't know if you saw that I got this. I wish there was a better way to show this without. But this is like a really badass model that I'm super happy that I got. I wonder if you say Underhivers. But anyways. Eli says, I had a hard day too. I fought with a straw and a full glass of water and lost hard. Oh my goodness. That was an epic struggle. Let's see. Sister Rose will ask for help to quell the blood pets and find out their origin, which will be an intersection with Citadel's mission. Okay, so that's basically just going to be a combination of the two things. So Citadel will need to find out why there's some kind of weird anomaly going on, and that's the um, webway. And then Sister Rose will try and find out the cultist side of things. And I might even split the group up because it seems to have worked out pretty decently, and then bring them back together as they finally realize, hey, this is what's happening. So that should be pretty neat. I like it. Okay, I think we're good. Let's see. All this business for next time. Luther Harridan. Inquisitor Hortense is who it was. Now I'm remembering. Man, my notes run deep on this. All right. Let's say this leads to Enoch. Dressing, Drakari. Have to call this segment The Well? Why The Well? Alright, I know what we need to do. Black Inquisitor. Carnomius. Maybe I'm leaning too heavy on the teenage. Because it's deep. Yes. Absolutely. I need to rearrange the notes that I take for Warhammer because they're just too much every week. That's a good thing, but I feel like I need to reorganize them a little bit. It's a little bit too, like, clustered. Black Inquisitor. Looney, I don't know if you've gotten an update on that tracking. If you're talking about the thing that I ordered, because they did delay it, so it might be coming later, but we're talking like next week. But if you've heard differently, because sometimes they go, it's like the old Windows installation bar where it used to be like, okay, 3 weeks, 2 minutes, 4 days. Let's see, Eli says, I got an end table delivered today. It was built in Power and USB. Ooh, that's neat. I'm excited because I have received already a 512 see, that's E. Yep. Oops. I received a 512 gigabyte micro SD card for my Switch, and I'm eager to see if I can start downloading more stuff. With luck, I won't need another one for a while. But I know I have to be judicious about what I use it for. All right. So where were we? 512 gigabyte, does it have appropriate speed? Yes, I did make sure of that. Black Inquisitor Xanathal. Oops. Or no. Or Truvius. There was a note I had and I can't find it now. Yeah, Phainonite. Where did I put this guy up? Okay, Black Inquisitor, Zenithal, or Trubius. Phainonite Inquisitor excommunicated. Sorry, I just gotta look at something. Okay. It looks like my micro SD card is working perfectly. Just like my sound card. Your sound card is working perfectly. Alright. Whoops, I should not bold all of that. Okay, so Phainonite Inquisitors. Here's the thing. If you don't know, you probably know about the Inquisition in the Imperium. So they're basically like hyper-religious zealots who spend their time rooting out corruption, whether it's real or fake. One of the most quoted kind of credos of the Inquisition is innocence proves nothing. And so an Inquisitor is just as likely to throw the baby out with the bathwater. That may not be exactly a metaphor. They might actually literally throw babies out. If the bathwater was heretical. Oh, that's fantastic, Looney. Like I said, I got an. It kind of freaked me out because I got an update that said your package has been delayed. This was last week sometime, but Looney, the package was delayed, and I got a response that said your package will likely be delivered on 9/5/2022. And I was thinking in my brain like, oh God, they delayed it until September. This is terrible. And then I remembered that it's day, month, year. I'm too American, I swear to God. But I had a feeling that it might go quicker. Sorry, y'all, I just took a big bite out of a chocolate. Anyhow, so you've got the Inquisition. They're all about rooting out corruption. They can tend to be pretty corrupt themselves, but as bad as the Inquisition is, they rely on their chief weapon, which is a fanatical devotion to the Emperor. There are a myriad of different factions within the Inquisition. One such faction is called the Phainonites. And the Phainonites decided that the Imperium itself as an entity is too corrupt. And so they need to remove it and replace it with something. And in such a way, they have decided a handful of things. Number one, the Emperor is not worth worshipping and is flawed. Which, there's some truth in that, but the way that they approach it isn't exactly great. Number two, the Empire is corrupt and needs to be replaced, as mentioned. So they're like, we need to remove the Empire entirely. We will be in charge of this. We will call the shots. Number three, we have for too long been reliant on either psyker energy or technology. We need to combine the two. And also, meanwhile, if we can use crazy evil warp technology, we'll use that too. I see, Looney. So I'm sorry it won't be tomorrow. But I am excited for you to get it. So anyways, with that in mind, the Fainanite Inquisitor, known as Xanathal or Truvius, is in the Underhive trying to undermine the local authority, working with the Drukhari and trying to use the webway portal to cause a catastrophic catastrophic, thank you, autocorrect, catastrophic event that will destroy or cripple the Fortress Hive, Biomedes, and he will then bring in his forces to replace them. He needs to ensure that Inquisitor Hortense is assassinated. This is great. This is going to make them spend more time in the Citadel Prime. So this will be great. All right. One thing I almost forgot. So we're going to go up here next session in Ezo. Farouk must travel to non-fortress Hive for the auction or warehouse. Train will take them there. Farouk will be attacked by chaos forces, mortals, and maybe demons on the train. Set up train map with enemies. So this might artificially extend all of this, but that's fine. So the next session might just be like, hey, we're taking a train. I meant to do this from before. They're taking a train from High Fortress Biomedes to let me see, what's the other one? So I have that here somewhere. Or maybe I don't remember Machete, Hive Fortress Biomedes, and Hive State Sargon. So Hive State Sargon is where they're traveling to. That's where they'll meet Governor Thassalar. That's where they'll kind of figure out, like, that's where Phenodius lives and kind of holds sway. And I'm even going to say, let's see. More to remember. Hive State Sargon will have Drukhari, Phenodius, and Xanathal. God, I don't like Xanathal because I realized it's just too close to Xanathar. It's literally one letter difference. Black Inquisitor. I can just say that right now. We'll stick with Black Inquisitor or Truvius because I like the word, the name Artruvius. Artruvius gets Zemini. Black Inquisitor Sandy Tar. Wait a tick. What if the Black Inquisitor was a woman? I think there's this weird tendency to default if you're Inquisition or Inquisition adjacent and a woman, you're a sororitas, a battle sister. If you're a man, then you're an inquisitor. I don't like that. Like there should be female inquisitors, and especially amongst the Black Inquisition, that is to say the Knights, they would obviously not have battle sisters. So okay, well, I think I've done a lot actually. We've done a significant chunk to kind of set ourselves up. We've created Gethsemane Ortruvius, so that's going to be really fun. And yeah, I think we've got a lot of really good ideas moving forward, and we've taken what could have been 3 sessions and made it maybe 5 or 6, which I think is tops. Dawn of Thay, Looney says, "Oh, I'm super excited for the arrival of both things too. Let me tell you, it's a big W in a year that insists on delivering big fat L's to me with terrifying consistency." Yeah. Eli says, "Don't they have a gender-specific name, something like Inquisitress?" You might be right. And I just don't know. I'm going to say Inquisitrix because I like that a little bit better. But if I find out that it's a different nomenclature, then I will switch to that. So where were we? Okay, this is Wednesdays. So Wednesdays, Dawn of Thay. The group, let's just go ahead and write this out. All right. So I just want to say something funny about last time. So this is the game that I run for mostly a group of kids, ages like I want to say 6 to 13. And the oldest one basically said, "Oh, the last battle was way too easy. I think the battles have been easy lately." And I was like, "Oh, really?" So I switched it from being 3 Death Giants, which I think they were going to be able to deal with, to 4 Death Giants, and that was enough to almost TPK the group. Almost. So I wonder if they'll make that same mistake again. Very amusing that anyone would think to say that the battles have been too easy. Very amusing. All right, last time on Dawn of Thay, Garoop took care of Black Pillar. Fought hard to remove it. Last of 4 giants fled. Inquisitrixie? Oh man, that's too good. Like, I can't not use that now. You know what I'm going to do? Let's just go back to Inquisitrix Gethsemane. Her sister is Inquisitrix Trixie, or Inquisit, aka Inquisitrixie. I guess it merits having the camel hump. Inquisitrixie. Okay. Whom is quite insane and will likely seek unholy vengeance if her sister is killed. Okay. Fantastic. So now that exists. Okay. Last of 4 giants fled. So the last time, really, what happened was that the group fought. Like that was really all that happened. Some almost died. And then I'm going to say Chana the druid will owe the archdruid a favor. Set that there. Okay. So next time, maybe yellow, no, red pillar. Army of Thay is still very strong. Meanwhile, the artifact needed to summon Zizikal is being stolen. Group might think to go there, and if so, they will face a force of 3 bone claws, 5 ghasts, and 10 skeletons. And let's just call it one skeleton swarm. Or do we call this a mob? Well, whatever. Cool. Meanwhile, the group learns that the enemy forces have started stealing from ruins. Well, let's just say have started plundering ruins that used to belong to the Netherese. Maybe seeking to create another mythal. Only this mythal may attempt to bring back a floating island from space to the high forest. Obviously, a meteor. See, obviously a damaging meteor. Karuk will have to go into the Netherese Museum to stop the Thayans. Okay. I like that. It gives us some options. So they can stop the red pillar. They can try and stop the theft of the artifact that will summon the Zizikal, the giant ice elemental, or they can go into the museum, the ancient ruined museum, and try and stop the meteor strike. That should be really fun. Cool. 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 So, I mean, I think we've got some good stuff going. I don't think I need to necessarily plan too much more. Usually try and plan it light with that one, but I'm really starting to wonder if I want to like kind of put a cap on this campaign, but we'll figure it out. I'll sense things. I do know with this group of kiddos, their summer might be different, and if their summer means they're going on vacation and won't be able to play, we'll kind of figure that out as it happens, and maybe that will mean a good segue to a new campaign or something like that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Klaus the Gnome. We're just going to talk about what happened last time. And again, a recap is not a spoiler. So last time, Klaus was able to retrieve the 3rd disc, bring it to Bracia, the sorceress bandit queen, was asked to go on a mission to find out more from local, from, let's just say, elves. Find out more from, let's just say, local elves about how to destroy the discs of Vecna. On first night of travel, Garup was being watched by a skeletal bat. Eli says, 3-phase elemental. Once ice is defeated, it was just covering an earth elemental, and then the ice melts and they defeat the earth elemental and becomes a water elemental. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I might even say the ice was a frozen, like it was basically converted, a converted ice elemental. You destroy the ice, now the ice melts, and the coolness erupts, so then you've got a water and air elemental. Yeah, I like this. Looney says, I misheard Red Pillar as Red Pillar. Suddenly I had the most disturbing mental image of a red, jumbo-sized neckbeard yelling, you don't need her, king, walk away! Yeah, is exactly. Bat was defeated. Oh no, that happened before, actually. Traveled back home. On the way, group was being watched by a skeletal bat. Bat was defeated. Brought to Thracia. The sorceress bandit queen. She identified it as being a minion of Vecna and described Vecna as being an ancient lich/demigod. She then asked Klaus to go on a mission to find out more from local elves about how to destroy the discs. First encounter, Klaus fought a displacer beast to save an elk calf. Pretty sure that's how you name like a baby elk, is a calf. All right. Looney says, you know, now that we have voice-on-voice communications, our sessions are bound to go a lot smoother. I would say I am in favor of this, very much so. Let's see. I still need to find some time to throw this Nature's Dragon Druid Circle on there somewhere. But let me see. All right. And then Looney, help me out because I'm suddenly having issues remembering. Did anything happen after the whole saving the elk from the displacer beast? I think we just... Oh, yeah, I remember now. Let's see. Yeah, I think the last thing that happened was choosing what route you were going to take. Oh, and then I'm silly. I think that even happened before. But had weird runes. My memory is going wacky. On the next day, Klaus, Melcath. Once that was done, Klaus went to the bat skeleton. Okay, so I just remember things out of right. Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you, Looney. The last week's events were kind of crazy. Eli says, "I wonder why an elk are calf and deer is a fawn and goats are kids." Yeah, I'll never understand the rationale of what counts as what. What are cubs? What are kits? What are calves? What are kids? And so on. What are chicks? What are ducklings? So are there ducklings that aren't ducks? What do you call baby swans? I don't even know. Maybe baby swans are just ugly ducklings. Let's see. Okay. Klaus then decided to go on a sea journey to see the elves. Baby geese are goslings, yes. But that pretty much sums up the events of last week, and I have a lot of really interesting things set for the sea adventures, so I'm really excited. But before the sea adventures, and this is not a spoiler, next city adventure before sea adventures. So that's just the teeniest, tiniest bit of a preview. All right. So there's not much else that I need to necessarily plan, except for up here, and maybe a little bit off stream so that I don't spoil anything for Looney. All right, so War Drums, we're right there. We're so close. I do believe, my understanding is that we're probably going to finish this week. There's a high likelihood, whatever, that this will be the last session. And it's almost tricky. I might need to kind of adjust things. So last week, we're just going to go group fought Zavers 1. Now on to Zoliad. A baby swan is a cygnet. Cygnus is Latin for swan, and the et implies little. Learned something today. That's kind of neat. So, do you think you could have a cygnet in the shape of a cygnet? All right. Cool. Cool. Looney says, now I know why Geese Howard is so unbelievably violent in Art of Fighting 2. Rio or Takuma probably called him Gosling Howard, and he flipped his shit completely. They probably said, I hate geeses, 2 pieces. Eli says, I was thinking about that double entendre. That is a signet shaped like a signet. Yes. Um, all right. So Zoliad, I think I need to make him a little bit more spicy. But how? I don't want to just throw more death giants. I don't necessarily want to just do golems. I know. Also, 2 living spells. And I don't know what the living spells will be, but they'll probably be something like Fireball or Cloud of... not Cloud of Death, Circle of Death. But it should be something scary. It should be fun. Oh boy, my phone is going off. There it is. Sorry, I got a message. All right. Sorry about that. Living teleport. Don't be teleported up or down and you'll be okay. I like that. That's really fun. Let's decide right now and we'll figure out the details later. Living, we'll just say living fireball. And let's do something fun. Actually, living fireball. What's another fun one? Power word stun. I mean, that would be evil. Then he says, "Look, father, it's Southtown Police Chief Geese Howard." I think you mean Police Chief Gosling Howard, my son. You motherfucker. You double. Okay, that is it. And that's how Raging Soul was made. Yeah. I mean, at least Geese didn't find that predictable. Let me see. Living Fireball, and let's do... You know what? Let's just go with 2 classics. Howard was a duck. Oh my god. Living... Oops. Lightning Bolt. Fantastic. So Living Lightning Bolt and Living Fireball. Just 2 classic flavors. Cool. And then we just need to figure out what we're going to play next, although it looks like it's pretty much Eberron. And we'll do some Eberron planning next time. Whoop. In all actuality, I'm really nervous that I have to give up this Student Friday game. Because it's just too hard trying to do deliveries as I do. But I don't know. I'm gonna see. I think I only have like about three more weeks of deliveries. The coworker game has started. Cool. And then we'll keep that going, but I think we might have to not play week after next. We'll see. Let's see, Tyranny of Dragons on Saturday. So we didn't play last time, so all of this still is in effect, so no real need to go over it. I guess just a quick, yeah, there's a lot of really fun things. Should be neat, but we'll see how next Saturday goes. I'll be interested to see how many people come back next Saturday, because a break is always hard to manage. Looney says, I definitely need a Geese Howard versus Howard the Duck crossover battle. That's amazing. So Sunday games started a new group, Mediterranean stuff, Sinbad the Sailor, Kaiju. So we started it. Okay. Island Adventure. So giant vulture sighted, goes to fight Shantico cultists. Trying to capture. So yeah, we ran it. That was good. Session 2. Yeah. Group must track land-based monster. Basically Godzilla. Maybe similar to a Titan, as in Attack on Titan. Group will spend time searching for lair, fighting creatures. Let's see, fighting beasts that are afraid. No, that's mean. Fighting cursed creatures that are left in its wake, and also parasites that are ticks sized for the kaiju. The Titan's lair shows signs of cult activity as well as a power circle. If circle is disrupted, the Titan will sleep. The most unpredictable match of the millennium. Oh my god. This is the match of the millennium. Our fighters aren't prepared for this. A sneaky surprise attack at the start of the round. All right. So I have time to entertain 2 questions if y'all have got them. No pressure if you have none. And then we're going to do some work on the Steampunk Mage. Also, to point out, I don't know, Eli, if you've been listening to the Warhammer podcast, but I hope you've been enjoying it. And I'm going to take a peek and see. There's not really anyone else in the chat who might have been listening to it. So I was going to post the link, but I think everyone who is listening currently has the link to the podcast, and as such, does not need the link. But all right, let's look at something then. You know, the one thing I really want out of Wizards of the Coast for their D&D books is I want the pocket-sized editions, which is a bit of a misnomer because there's no such thing as a pocket-sized RPG book unless it's like that big. But I get what they're going at. I want a pocket-sized one. Okay, so these guys are going to be half-casters, very much like... Let's just use Rangers as their base. So we've got class features. We've got hit points. We've got skills. Equipment. Eli says, I haven't caught up, but I have listened. I'll take this time to ask a selfish thing. I can't listen to it easily with it requiring a browser open. Any plans to push it on any other podcast platform? To be honest, it's on a bunch. So it's on Audible, it's on Spotify, it's on, I want to say it's on the Apple one, whatever that one is. In fact, let me take a peek at it. Let's see. Copy. Denise says, I'm gonna have to confess my bag of cues is completely empty this week. Love, sorry. No worries. We're just gonna jump right into the creation of this steampunk mage, and it'll be a work in progress. We're at an hour and 22, so we're gonna see how far we can get in, let's just say 30 minutes. Basically get us to 145. Eli says, I see Spotify now. Great, that solves my issue already. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, listen to it on Spotify, listen to it on Audible, whatever. That helps with kind of the metrics of that too, because I think like listening to it on the browser doesn't give them as much information, so that's awesome. All right, so where was I? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, to the question of the day, what is your favorite lore? And we can talk about this as I go through the writing of this. But when I say what is your favorite lore, for instance, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the lore runs deep. There are things that you know about this series that are under the surface, whether that's just knowing the series back to back or front to back, or looking at supplemental materials. And when I say that, one of the most infamous examples is, let's say, the anime The Slayers. Slayers Try, Slayers Next. There's so much deep lore about that series that you would never know if you just watched the anime. But you'd have to read books, go through encyclopedias and so on. That's an example. There are several more. There's things like Lord of the Rings, where you can basically read entire histories and lineages. There's things like DuckTales, actually, like anything dealing with Scrooge McDuck and his adventures, because the comics have a deep well of information. Doctor Who's another really good example. Just something that you love that has this like deep well of information that you are eager to dig into. Things that like you know because you've done so that most fans don't, and so on. So that is my question. What is your favorite lore? That's what I mean by lore. I think I'm pointing up at the question of the day. All right. So I feel like I'm missing something, but let me look around this book for just a second as I figure this out. I used to have little tabs on here. That's interesting. So, languages. Ability checks. Okay. So these guys would not have acrobatics. Maybe sleight of hand. No. Arcana for sure. Let's see. Arcana. History, definitely. Actually, let's make this 3. Arcana, history, investigation, nature, religion. Then animal handling, insight, medicine, perception, survival. Deception, intimidation, performance, and persuasion. Yeah, I don't think they would have any of those. Cool. And I'm not doing the proper formatting here because I'm gonna have to come back and clean it up anyway. But let's start with that. Okay, so equipment. We're gonna start with so leather armor. Eli says, at the height of 3.5, I was Realms Lore Scholar. Could be so for Eberron, but I've had to forget a lot for playability reasons. That makes a ton of sense. I really am impressed with people who know a significant amount of Realms lore, because it's almost a job, and especially now that it's kind of the primary setting, although they've kind of pulled away a little bit, but as the more or less primary setting of the new edition, it's more important than it ever was, I think. But it's really impressive. And then Eberron is equally as good. Man, Eberron is amazing, and it's almost as deep in just 10 short years. No, I guess it's closer to 15 since it came out. But it's almost in 15 short years, it's grown such a deep lore well, we'll call it, as a lot of other settings, and it's very impressive just how much keeps getting added to it, and most of it is good. I'm hoping that we see more as time goes on. I'm really excited to do another Eberron game, but we'll get into that in the coming weeks. All right. So, leather armor. What would be a good comparison? So, what do warlocks get for their discarding equipment? One simple melee weapon, a light crossbow, or hand crossbow, 2 daggers. Yeah. Leather armor, 3 tool kits or tool. Great. I think, yeah, toolkits of your choice. Tinker's tools. Are you referring to? Oh, Keith Baker. Sorry, there's this weird inside joke we have with Keiths. Don't worry about it though. But yeah, Keith Baker is really prolific. I also, there's a lot of odds and ends that Keith Baker does that I like. For instance, the board games that he does. Is it Phoenix Dawn Command? I've been kind of wanting to check out, and I think that's him as well. But yeah, he's a good dude. Tinker's Tools. Okay, I think that's good for equipment. That's exactly what you want. I don't think it needs to go any more pronounced than that. Let's see. 3 tool kits of choice. occurs. Yeah, it seems about right. Eli says, I got that, but I don't have Illimat. I went to Gen Con in 2018 and I got to work the booth where they were doing the demos for Illimat. Like, I got to show people how to play it. It's really cool. And Eli says, no one wanted to play Phoenix at the time. I should bring that up again. Yeah, it seems like a fascinating concept. It's like almost like if you were playing Paranoia but without the paranoia. It's like the concept. Or it's also very similar to Shoot. There's like this weird futuristic game with a very similar concept where you can keep coming back to life, and I can't remember what it is called. A lot of people were talking about it at the time. It's a lot. I'll look it up. I'll figure it out. All right, let's see. So now we actually get into the actual class features. New science. And I'm just going to do this like really kind of sloppy. Pick from these sciences. These aren't even going to be in alphabetical order. Steam, electricity, what is another one that I had? So steam, electricity, fiddlesticks. Might need to get my notes out. Aether was one. Magnets is another. Whoop. Oh no. Don't know if it keeps happening. Sorry, y'all. I had to grab my notes. So I got bored one day and I wrote a bunch of things down on the back of my character sheet for the ideas I had. And then I got even more bored and I wrote even more things. So I need to transplant these somehow. But for now, let me see what I've got. See, I keep getting all these messages. Let's see what this one is. All right, we got to figure this out though. Steam, lightning, magnet, aether, and alchemy. There we go. So in short, your new science will determine your power source. And then it's pretty easy. You've got Why don't we do this? Water. Lightning, obviously. Aether is force. Magnet is... I don't know how to really quantify that. And then alchemy is magic. I guess magnet is... At the end of the day, it's earth. Kind of feel like there should be a fire. Combustion. All right. Power source can be a variety of things similar to a spell casting focus. Stone from a relevant elemental plane, a piece of a golem, etc. At first level, when you pick your new science, you can create a, oops, and I'm not, here we go. You can create a device that will be the focus of your studies. Devices can be, I guess this would be under a different header. The following. Glove, boot, tool, think sonic screwdriver, weapon, hammer, wrench, pickaxe, pistol, or Eli says capstone ability Captain Planet. That's hilarious. So hammer, wrench, pickaxe, pistol, or we need something that's piercing. Let's see. Piercing weapon? We're just going to put a question mark on that for now. Oh no. Okay. Helmet. Finally. Ooh, belt. Second level. Spell casting. As half caster, fill this out. So that's just me saying, hey, we're going to do spell casting here. But also we're going to do a robuddy. Okay, welcome back. And a robuddy is going to be like a familiar, but customizable and upgradable. Starts out tiny unless a... Let's see, where did I put that? Oh, there it is. Apparatus. Okay. You will receive apparatus at certain intervals. 1, 4, 8, 12, 16, 19. Basically, at the same rate that you will gain feats, with the exception of first level. Bonus action economy gonna look like? That's a great question. I'm probably gonna mess around a lot with the bonus action economy. I don't want to give them spells that use bonus actions a lot, because it's very likely that they're going to be using their bonus actions to like activate machines, to command the robuddy, to recharge things, or reload things, and so on. So I think I'm going to go way more on spells that are like action oriented and have what they do as part of their kind of steampunk methodology be the bonus actions. Not a lot of room for dual wielding, but that's kind of by design. And I may actually allow them to wield things like a sledge, as long as that sledge is in the shape of a wrench. Should be fun. So that'd be pretty fun, just having a big old wrench that you get to smack people with. Alright, so we've got kind of the bare bones framework of what we want to do here. We'll expand on this next time, but we are hitting the mark, so we're a minute away from an hour 45. And there we go. So I'm going to keep the question of the day for next. Well, no, actually. Eli, you did answer that, and then. Well, I kind of want to keep this for next week, but we may have 2 questions of the day. We'll figure it out. All right, but there we go. We're going to go ahead and stop for now. I hope everything is great with everybody. I had a lot of fun, and I think we've got a lot of really good stuff going on. I'm really excited for the next few weeks because I am going to start new games. I still need to figure things out with the games that I've got going, though, and how to juggle the ones that we've got. But we will tackle that next week, possibly. But until then, y'all have a great one. And remember that I plan and play games for you.